Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Every time I do, it makes me.
To the Griffin Grossmont College Radio, El Cajon, California.
It's big, it's beautiful, and you're gonna love it.
Welcome to Get This, the thinking man's analysis of people chasing airplanes, naked ATV drivers, fast food rage, and all the other hard-hitting stories cable news doesn't want you to hear.
Hold on to your butts.
Ladies and gentlemen, get this. That's right. Welcome to Get This.
Hello.
Every Tuesday and Thursday from noon to 1 on Griffin Radio.
Yay.
We are GR.
We are GR.
I am your host, DJ Lunchbox, and I'm joined with...
DJ B. Millie, that's me.
DJ B. Millie is with me in the house.
Yay, 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 yay.
And we are so happy to have him. You're not doing your fist pumping thing today. There we go. Thank you.
I got it. I gotcha.
He usually has this very bizarre kind of praying mantis style arm flailing.
When a bee hits you so hard, sometimes you just gotta hit it back.
I like that. The views, comments, and opinions expressed on the show are those of individuals and not necessarily shared by Griffin Radio, the Media Communications Department, Grossmont College, or the Grossmont Cuyamaca Community College District. This podcast is copywritten by Griffin Radio and Grossmont College 2019. Thank you very much. So we got kind of a full show for you here today.
Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo.
We are sans Supremus, unfortunately, but he will be back with us when he's feeling a little bit better.
Yay.
And actually, he'll have plenty of time to get better because we are off next week.
Yes, do not come to classes next week, guys. Please do not. Your teachers and professors will probably not let you in, and you probably deserve a break anyway.
Hopefully they don't even be here.
Yeah. Please go get a well-deserved break from all the stress and the classes.
So we will not be here on Get This until next Tuesday, week after next.
And then, after we come back that week, we have 1 week where we're back for the show, and then the week after that, we have BEA.
That's right. Okay.
We do have BEA.
So what is it? The Broadcast Education of Association?
Yes,
yeah.
I believe so.
So the second week of April.
Yes.
It's going from the 6th to the 11th, I want to say. It's like a half a week.
Yes.
A few of us will actually be out of town in Vegas for the show out there.
Accepting some amazing awards, one of which is our very own DJ Lunchbox.
Thank you.
Accepting an award. It's so amazing. You guys did such good work. You, Marion, and LaTanya.
Yeah. So, Marion and LaTanya were a huge help in putting the PSA together that we sent in.
Love it.
Marion composed the music that we used in it, and LaTanya did some voice acting for me.
Love it.
So hopefully the three of us will be there, but I don't know. I don't know what everybody... I know Marion's going to be there because we actually taled about travel plans already. LaTanya may show up. I hope she does.
We hope you do if you're listening, LaTanya.
So we will be here then for the first week, and I'm trying to still see if I can get you guys to take over for me. When I'm gone that Tuesday.
Yeah. We should, me and Remus as co-hosts should be able to take over for our illustrious host, DJ Lunchbox. Hopefully we
Dear leader, yeah.
Hopefully we will do a fraction of the job that he does on a daily basis. So,
yeah, the work, okay. It's not work if you love it. So, let's see. We got a couple announcements we can get out of the way here. Because, again, we always have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Griffin Radio is a proud part of the Grossmont College community, and as such, we're always looking to highlight news and information about clubs and events that our fellow students and faculty should know about. So if you have any news or announcements you'd like us to mention on air, bring any ASGC-approved flyers to Griffin Radio down here in Building 20, Room 205. It's up on the second floor, so just find your way.
Find your way.
Or you can email us at griffinradiostation@yahoo.com. That's griffinradiostation@yahoo.com. Honestly, we are more than happy to get this stuff out there to kind of spread the word and let everybody know what's happening.
Yes.
Because
there's
a lot going on.
There's so much going on.
Let's see what to talk about today. Oh, that's a good one. If you're looking for a new career opportunity, check out the Griffin Works internship program. You can learn about industries, make valuable connections, build your resume, and get professional experience. There are a few session dates during the spring semester, but 2 of them have passed already. So if you'd like to check out the Griffin Works internship program, go to Building 60, Room 140 on April 3rd, and they're there from noon to 1. If you'd like more information about the internship programs, call Erica Olmos at 619-644-7071, 619-644-7071. So we've talked about this several times, but people so focus on getting through college that they kind of don't really get to think about what they do when they're done with college. So this is that wonderful stepping stone to get you from the academic world into the practical working world.
I think it's super cool too.
I'm in an internship program myself right now, and I have to say it really kind of kicked my butt to do something now that I probably would have put off and put off and put off until it was too late. Yeah. And so far, this internship that I have with a local radio company here in San Diego is been hugely beneficial. I've learned so much. I've been meeting a lot of really nice, very interesting people with lots of experience. It's just been fantastic.
I love it.
I wish I had done this sooner.
That's super, super cool.
And that's a feeling you should never have to live with, is I wish I had done this sooner.
He comes in, our own DJ Lunchbox comes in regularly and talks about how he's liking the radio internship he's in. So very proud and very excited for you to actually be doing this, because to be quite honest, a lot of people in their respective fields don't take that opportunity just because they're so comfortable in what they're doing right now. And
inertia is a killer.
Yeah, and it's so easy. Like, everybody thinks, oh, these internships, like, I won't get it. There's so many people competing for them. And it's like, A, not as many people as you think, because they're all thinking the same thing as you. And B, inertia is a killer. Like, the fact that steady flow, that's what's going to be your killer. Just get out there and try. It's very PBS special to, like, you can do it, just believe in yourself. But I mean,
and I don't think that's anything that we should be ashamed about.
Yeah, truly, I think you are far more qualified than you think you are. I think that is my point, is that whoever you are, you're probably far more qualified than you think you actually are.
And even if practically you're not, and I don't mean to be that as kind of a buzz killer.
No, you're okay.
That's the whole purpose of an internship.
Yeah.
Is there's not the pressure of having to perform and then get fired and then you're out. Most internships are unpaid.
Yeah, you're an intern,
but you're supposed to learn. That's the whole purpose. Is they are expecting to get these empty vessels to fill.
Exactly.
So
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, what's it?
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. This is a good one. I wanted to do this, and I kept forgetting. The Grossmont Sexual Orientation Gender Identity Club, or SOGI, meets on Wednesdays and Thursdays in the Common Ground space in Building 60, Room 207, on the second floor of the Griffin Center. So Building 60, it's kind of down by the parking lot near the not the administration building, by the bookstore. So they're in Building 60, Room 207, up on the second floor. Every month on the first and third Thursdays, SOGI meets at 2 to 3. And on the second and fourth Wednesdays, they meet at 11 to 12:30. So they meet every week. The times alternate. Do feel free to check out their Facebook page. You can just look up SOGI Club at Grossmont College on Facebook. They'll have all the information. You can comment. You can talk to any of the officers there from the club if you'd like. They're really nice people.
I was going to say, I think they've done booths at the club fairs down in the quad.
They've done booths. They had a really successful coming out day event last semester.
They just seem like really, really cool folks.
Yeah, they're really great people there, and they help out a lot. They do some great work for people that are in certain questioning phases or just simply looking for a little community.
Yeah.
So come to their meetings, be a part of their their community. That sounds funny. Come be a part of our inclusive community.
There you go.
Everybody's welcome, so come on by. They're great people there. I know Jazz is is he the president of the SOGI Club?
Can't say for sure.
I don't know if Jazz is the member, but they're this is great. I don't have the right information, so I'm just gonna keep.
But it's okay. We
will go see the SOGI Club. They're awesome people over there.
Just say that the SOGI Club is great. Go see them. All right, what do we got?
Flip through.
Do some flip throughs. We can do my favorite one that I always love doing. Grossmont Tutoring Services. There are numerous learning assistance centers located throughout the campus to provide tutoring currently enrolled Grossmont students. These centers provide students with various levels of learning assistance, tutoring, and computer access. The majority of these services are located in the Tech Mall, which is located in the Learning and Technology Resource Center in the center of campus next to the quad. Tutoring services are available for math, English writing, ESL, chemistry, and more. Please ask your instructor about access requirements. Guys, the tutoring on this campus is so good. The tutoring on this campus is so amazing. I've had multiple professors, especially in the English and writing department, that have actually assigned essays and given extra credit to those students that will just go to the writing center and get their grammar corrected by a tutor.
Oh,
and
wow.
while they're there, they'll just start picking up stuff. Like you start picking up things because you're already there. You know, the tutor's not just going to sit there and start commaing and red marking your paper and then say, okay, goodbye. You're there. You might as well just take the opportunity and you just start learning, and it's all free.
And that whole one-on-one experience is so valuable because you're in a classroom and the teacher wants to take the time. They wish they could, but there's, 30 other people in the room with you. 4
classes of 30 students each.
Exactly. So there's just simply not the time on a practical sense. So go to these tutoring sessions because you get that little one-on-one time with them and somebody who can actually sit down, who is volunteering their time to be there, so you know that they're not just kind of showing up because they have to.
It really is so good. And like they said, they have multiple subjects, and at least when I went, it was free for your first 2 sessions a day. You only have to pay after your 3rd session of the day, from my understanding.
Do you know how long the sessions are?
When I went, they were about an hour long.
2 free hours of tutoring?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. It's another one of the different and honestly just fantastic resources available to a lot of the students here at Grossmont.
And not to be self-deprecating to anybody who's listening right now.
Oh, here we go.
But the thing is, I feel like with the amount of opportunities that Grossmont gives you, you really got to be trying to struggle hard. Because we've got so many opportunities, people have different learning curves, obviously. People learn things in different ways, but we have free tutoring services. We have free mental health services. We have teachers that have required regularly scheduled office hours where you can come in and ask them specific questions as one-on-one as possible. Sometimes there is a struggle there, and you can see that. But there are some students in some classes that I have had personally where they just throw their hands in the air and it's like, this is too hard, I don't even want to do it. Well, you're not going to tutoring. You're not going to their office hours. You're not going to their test corrections that they have sometimes where they look at your test and they go over it. Like, you don't even show up on test day. So there are some of you that, we have so many resources here. Just use them. They don't cost any extra money.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so crazy that you're just not using these free things.
You're a big proponent of all the different free services and resources that they've got available here.
Honestly, yes. I am very, very adamant about using them. So, could not promote the free services that we have here. And if you're ever questioning what their hours are or what information, just go to grossmont.edu. We've got all of their information there for every resource that you could have, honestly.
I love it.
I love it
Thank
too.
you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Did I tell you that what I made a suggestion to my sister about with her baby?
No, you didn't.
So my sister had a baby last year, so actually she'll be 1 next month.
Oh.
And you may have come to realize the type of person that I am by now after spending the amount of time that we have here. I like to do things a little bit differently in some ways. My sister is just my sister. I'll just say it. My sister's really pretty. She's really smart, and she's trying to do everything in a by the book standard way to ensure that this child is getting the best, the best leg up that she possibly can.
Gotcha.
I'm the uncle that's going to sort of corrupt the child.
Oh, there you go.
I intend to turn her into a gamer girl. Yeah. I sent her I sent my sister a box of books to read to the baby and everything. So they included one of those little golden books, but it was with Rey from Star Wars, how to be a Jedi princess or something.
Love it.
And so that's the kind of thing I want to do. So
you're the cool Uncle Justin that shows up with an Xbox for Christmas while her parents got her a bike.
Yes.
That's great.
This is what's going to happen.
I love that.
So I think I may have mentioned it in the first semester. I don't know if you were here, but I told my sister that I really wanted her to keep the umbilical cord after the birth, throw it in the freezer, dry it out, whatever, and then save it for when the girl is old enough. You can say, oh, honey, remember when you were born? Here's your tail. Here's your tail we had removed.
Wasn't here for this.
But I had I had another idea that I really want my sister to next time she takes my niece to the dentist to keep the X-rays, so that when the baby's old enough, she can show her the X-ray when she's got 2 rows of teeth and really freak her out. Now it's not really that funny anymore because her baby teeth have already come in.
Yeah,
but I think that would still be a lot of fun. I want to be there when that happens.
You would be an amazing father.
If my sister doesn't, frankly, I'm just going to Photoshop it or just find a picture online of showing a baby with 2 rows of teeth, because that's freaky looking.
That is very scary. Seeing your teeth like up and then down.
Well, I actually Googled this morning and I found a photo of like an unearthed baby skull.
Good.
And it had the 2 rows of teeth in it. I was like, I don't know if this is Photoshopped,
so
but it's really weird looking.
That's so disturbing. I think I know what picture you're talking about. They're like in the sockets up above, like yeah.
Oh,
that's
it's
so
awful.
Disturbing. Goodness.
So yeah, those are the plans I have for my niece as she grows older. So I'm just gonna have this big box of things to do when she gets of age.
It. I love it so much.
Now, since it is Thursday.
It is Thursday.
It is Thursday. I understand that we get to play another game of
Yes.
Did This Happen to Me?
Did this happen to me? Yes.
So are you ready to play? You want to play a round?
I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, I've got my stories locked and loaded.
Ladies and gentlemen, have we come up with a name for your show yet?
No.
Or, for your game?
For right now, I'm just going with Did This Happen to Me? There will be a better name as we go along.
I can work with that.
So in this game, we take stories from pretty much every walk of life, including myself. And my co-hosts have to guess whether this happened to me or whether it happened to somebody else. It's very self-deprecating, but I do love it still.
I love a good quiz game, too.
Yeah. So here we go. Let me load up these stories and we can get started. Because, as you very well know, I have done a lot of questionable things in my life.
I think we're beginning to establish that.
Okay, and because it is my birthday, I figured I would make these stories
That's
birthday
right! Happy
themed.
Birthday! I forgot I saw that on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Happy birthday!
Thank you very much. 22.
Oh my God.
Yep. So I figured I would make these birthday themed.
I could be your father. That's the sad part.
I wouldn't mind that. That'd be a fun time.
I feel really old now.
Oh, gosh. Okay. First one. On my 10th birthday, my mom got a piñata. My best friend was trying to hit the piñata, and on his backswing, he clocked me right in the forehead. On his forward swing, he broke open the piñata. All of my friends saw the candy and immediately rushed to it while I was laying on the ground bleeding with a huge gash in my head. Did this happen to me or someone else?
First, come around the microphone so I can examine your skull to see if you have any scars. Okay. I'm gonna stick with my original answers from last week. I'm gonna say that happened to you.
This did not happen to me.
Did not happen.
This happened to a random Reddit user. This is a story that happened to a random Reddit user. Apparently, while he was sitting there, his mom also started grabbing candy as well, not realizing that her son had gotten hit.
Not realizing, right? She just had a few precious seconds to get in there and get those Tootsie Rolls before her mothering responsibilities reasserted themselves.
Okay. On one of my birthdays, my family paid for me and my girlfriend at the time to go out for a really expensive meal. The entire meal came to about $200. She broke up with me as I was driving her back home.
God.
Just the I want.
I don't want to believe that happened to you, but I'm inclined to.
Did it happen to me or no?
I'm gonna say it did not.
You are correct.
Okay, thank God.
Happened to Reddit user Eternity in Space. Yes.
Okay, thank God. Because if that happened to you, I would feel really bad.
Yes. That did not happen to me. And the last one. I almost called the police on my sister because for my 9th birthday party, we had a pillow fight, and because she had access to the car, she got all of my friends to go on her side, and I was left with no one on my side.
Read that again.
For my 9th birthday, I almost called the police on my sister because we had a pillow fight, and she won by locking herself in the car, and all of my friends went on her team because they knew she would win and I would lose.
Oh, that is so sad. I'm going to say that did not happen to you.
That did happen to me.
Oh, my God.
Yes, pirate-themed birthday party. We all woke up at about 9 a.m. We had a pillow fight. My sister got involved, and at the time she had access to a car, and she went out there with a Nerf gun and a pillow and started shooting at me and my friends with a Nerf gun, and they slowly trickled over to her side until it was only me and myself.
Those
on the
Benedict
team.
Arnolds.
I'm telling you. You realize who your true friends are.
Those little bastards. Do you still talk to them?
A couple here and there. They're not really close friends anymore. They're
Obviously.
kind of like they're
I would
kind
hope
of
not.
like acquaintances off to the side. But yeah,
my God.
those are my 3 stories that I have for you today.
Well, I'm just terrible at this game. I think
You
that's
got one
6,
right.
Yeah, but I think out of 6 questions, I think I've gotten 3.
I think you've
'Cause I
gotten 4.
No, I got 2 last week, and then I got 1 today.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey.
So that's sad. Out of 2 games, I'm still tied with Supremus.
Yeah.
When he comes back.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I love I love these little quiz guessing games.
Yeah, I get to reveal some sad moments in my life too, so that's super cool. Yes, I did
And
almost
who doesn't want that?
I did almost call the police on them, and then my mom found me in the house with the telephone getting ready to call the police. Almost crying, but also
Aw.
very angry at the same time. I'm going to tell them that she's stealing the car because she took all my friends away. She was locked in the car.
How much older is she?
She is 5 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't even matter. She would have, honestly, she'd have the upper body strength. She'd just
Yep.
beat the crap out of you
Yep.
with that pillow.
Yep.
Probably break your nose. Oh, you have led a very interesting life. I'm trying to
Some
think
would
back
say.
if anything has happened to me, but I don't know.
Some would say, yeah, I've got more interesting stories.
I've had a lot of concussions, so
Ah.
I'm going to say that that's why I don't really remember having a lot of interesting experiences quite the way you have.
A lot of my interesting experiences revolve around my family, though. So,
Do you have a big family?
no, just me, 2 sisters, and my mom and dad.
Okay.
So
Mm.
we're just odd.
I'm kind of getting
Yep.
that.
Yep.
You got a candy-grubbing mother who runs past her bleeding, possibly concussed child. Got a sister with a Nerf gun
Hey,
who's
that one didn't
stealing all of
happen
your
to me.
friends. Oh, that's true. And that would be the one that I got right that I forgot wasn't a real thing. Jesus.
What stories do we got today, my
Oh,
man?
we got some stories. We got
Yay,
some stories
yay,
up in here.
Yay.
A young girl in China who spent years chewing at her hair had a massive 3-pound ball of hair removed from her stomach.
Oh. Oh my God. That is revolting. Are you kidding?
The 8-year-old, known as Fei Fei, because of course she is, has been eating her own hair since she was 2. She told her mother she'd stop the habit at the beginning of 2019, so she's been doing this for 6 years.
Okay.
At the beginning of February this year, she fell ill for a week with symptoms of vomiting and severe stomachache. Her mother noticed Fei Fei's swollen stomach and rushed her to the hospital in Guangdong, southern China for treatment, because all of these stories happen in China.
Goodness gracious.
The doctors performed gastric lavage on Fei Fei to empty the contents of her stomach and could not find any food residue, according to the Southern Metropolitan Daily. The doctor was astonished when he performed a CT scan on the girl and found a massive lump of hair tangled with food residue in her stomach.
I think that's an appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
Astonishment.
Astonishment, yeah. However, it could not be removed through endoscopy as it showed signs of calcification and needed surgery to remove. So they couldn't just yank it back out up her throat because it had started to harden. Oh, Bimili, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Do you want to grab the trash can around the
No,
corner?
we're
Okay.
fine.
Fei Fei's mother had been trying to stop her daughter from eating hair and reminded her to stop putting hair in her mouth. The child is now recovering and starting to eat food, so that's a step up.
Oh, thank you.
The doctors reminded parents to keep an eye on their children eating unusual things, such as 6 years worth of hair.
6 years worth of hair. Isn't it extremely hard to swallow hair just as like a human being? Like, that's why we always feel hair in our mouths. Like, isn't it extremely hard to swallow hair?
Well, it's possible that this girl might have had pica, where you just eat non-food items because that's what your brain tells you to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, they yanked 3 pounds of hair out of her stomach because she apparently just felt like a little snack.
Disgusting. That's disgusting. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well there was
I was on board and I was like okay with like, okay, I'm going to listen to this story until you like talked about it calcifying. Until you talked about it like calcifying and hardening. That is rough to get through, to say the least.
And it had a picture just kind of like showed sort of in profile her stomach with like a kind of a little rounded. I mean, I know when you're in certain situations that after a while you really just kind of stop noticing, or you just don't notice that something is out of the ordinary.
Yes.
So I can understand that the mother just simply didn't notice, because you see a habit like a kid biting their fingernails, but this girl is chewing her hair.
Yeah.
So finally, years later, but you would think that over time she would. Oh yeah, hi. Well, you always come in at the exact wrong times.
Because, Professor Callow, this is the news that needs to be heard.
If you
it really is disgusting.
If you want to stick around, we've got some other stories you might actually like.
It really is disgusting.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
That's 2 for 2 that we've hit that poor woman with. I forget what the other story was, but she came in and we were talking about something else, and it actually made her double back.
That is just, I mean...
And that was this semester, I want to say.
I mean, yeah, like, I just... There are these moments in the show when Justin...
I love when you start analyzing these things.
Justin, who grabbed the story the night before, or like a couple days in advance. So he's read these, and he's not necessarily gotten ready, but he's had more immediate exposure to these stories. But it's so surprising when even Justin, you'll hear it over the mic sometimes, where he'll just be like... like trying to formulate words to justify or
simply
explain
stunned.
Things.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
Well, here's a story that might make you feel a little bit better.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Okay.
For people who love McDonald's and just want their homes to smell like a Big Mac, McDonald's has begun selling a burger-scented candle that burns for up to 30 hours.
Why?
Nobody can do it like McDonald's can.
Ooh.
Nobody's cooking for you.
While a waft of burger patty, onions, ketchup, cheese, mustard, and of course pickles in the home isn't to everyone's taste, this item was actually sold out when they were selling this in Australia, and they sold out in January, which would explain the mustard part, because they don't have mustard on Big Macs here.
Why?
I don't know. Now, okay, we covered a story like this, almost identically.
Pretty similar.
Last semester, except it was KFC.
Yes.
That was also, I believe, in Australia selling fried chicken-scented candles. I don't understand why these fast food places keep wanting to make our homes smell like their trash cans.
It's so...
It just... Why do they think that we want to smell
like their trash cans?
Why do they think that we want to smell their garbage food for
oh my god,
24/7?
I already feel bad enough eating it. Like, why would I want to? And then, because have you ever gotten fast food and it's in your car sitting there and you're taking it home, and then like that same day you like go out to get groceries, or like you go out with your friends and your car still smells? That's what I imagine this candle would smell like that after like film of just disgusting fast food smell.
Yeah. I've gotten like Little Caesars pizzas or something.
Yeah.
Or Panda Express. I'm sorry, I confess to that.
No, yeah.
And I'll get in my car the next day and it just smells like old Chinese
Doesn't
food.
it?
Or old pizza. So why would I want to do that to my home?
Why would I want to do that?
With McDonald's, for God's sake.
That was the most hilarious. Why do they want our houses to smell like their trash cans?
Now, I've told anybody who will sit still long enough, I used to love McDonald's when I was younger. I can't eat it anymore because I've gotten food poisoning at least 2 times from McDonald's.
And I mean...
Maybe 3.
Yeah, I mean, not surprised.
It's overpriced. I'm sorry. It's overpriced garbage food. I can't stand it. Their fries smell good. I think there's some sort of additive because I'll drive by and think, oh my God, that still smells good. And then my lower track starts going, do you not remember what happened last
Do
time?
you remember? Yeah. Yeah.
In related news, KFC was giving away a sunscreen which gives off the scent of fried chicken, and was only limited for It was only available for a limited time, and it was released on KFC's official Extra Crispy website. Now, I believe this was in Hong Kong that they were doing the sunscreen.
I wonder if it like starts out smelling like raw chicken, and the more that you like tan or sunbathe, it like cooks.
Oh God!
Could you imagine?
It just smells like batter.
It just smells like batter.
Now, the bottle of sunscreen actually had a warning on it telling customers that the sunscreen was not edible, in case anybody was confused after KFC's Hong Kong release of fried chicken flavored nail polish.
You know,
Can you imagine waving your fingers under somebody's nose and they're just like, God,
Can you,
God woman, wash your hands.
So, not to retract from some of Kentucky Fried Chicken's questionable product choices, but I will say that, not in their defense, but something amazing that KFC does is, have you ever seen Kentucky Fried Chicken's Twitter?
Their Twitter? No.
Their Twitter page. They follow 11 people. They
Oh my
follow
God.
all 5 Spice Girls and 6 guys named Herb. 11 herbs and spices.
Okay, that's good.
They follow.
I'll give it to you. That's good.
They follow all 5 of the Spice Girls and 6 random people in the world named Herb.
Now, have you seen the Wendy's Twitter page?
Yes,
where
the
she's
Wendy's
throwing
Twitter page
shade
is
all over the place.
just a savage. Oh my goodness, no mercy. Because you'll see some of their highlights, and it's like, hey, I'm at Burger King. Like, what should I get from Burger King, Wendy's? And it's like a stomach pump, or like it's just brutal.
What should I
insults.
get? She writes back, out.
Yeah, it's like the Wendy's Twitter. Whoever is running it, I think the world just knows that they are leaps
They're
and
good.
bounds ahead of their social media competition. They really are good. Whoever is running it.
Yeah,
But the thing about Wendy's Twitter, again, not to retract from the actual story, the thing about Wendy's Twitter is that they'll also handle like actual issues, because like people will like take a photo of their meal and be like, Wendy's, like, my burger was raw, my fries were a size under, and they didn't give me a drink. Like, what the heck? And Wendy's Twitter will be like, oh, just DM us and we'll like see what we can do about it. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I did something like that when I was contacting those Sears people that I was bitching about at
Yeah,
the beginning of the semester
yeah.
with the dryer.
Yeah. Gosh.
We are going to take a little break here from Get This.
Yeah.
And totally forgot what I was going to say. That's
We're
good.
gonna
That's good when you're on the radio. I like that.
We're going to take a break. That's kind of it, you know?
Well, check us out on our social media accounts here. We've got Facebook. Our account is Griffin Radio 119. Our Instagram account is Griffin Radio SD. And, of course, you can always hear us on the TuneIn app under Griffin Radio. I'm DJ Lunchbox.
I'm DJ B. Millie.
Send me an email at lunchboxthedj@gmail.com, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Because we can! Yes, we can!
It's like an episode of Hee Haw in here.
So good. It's so good.
Welcome back to Get This on Griffin Radio. We are GR. I'm your host, DJ Lunchbox.
I am DJ B. Millie. That's
and,
me.
And we have a surprise appearance with...
Hi, DJ Supremus. What's up?
Who dragged his butt out of bed just for
Supremus.
us? Well, specifically for B. Millie here.
Yay.
Who, again,
because
it's
it's
your
my
birthday.
Happy
I was
birthday.
born on March 21st.
You were born on your birthday.
Correct.
Wild.
Birthdays were invented by Hallmark to sell cards.
I will have it be known that I only heard the last of your stories, and I got it right.
Kind of rubbed my face in that, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I frankly was born at a very early age, so
Well,
Really?
that's such an old joke.
born at a very early
and not necessarily
age.
a good one. So you said you were you caught some of the stuff earlier.
Yes.
Did you get to hear any of the stories we talked about?
Yes.
Did
I
you have my phone
literally
until now.
gagged because hair is like my number one no-no.
Oh, then you must have loved
Anything-
It and The Ring.
Oh, yeah. See, every time the hair thing happens, I always have to look away because
Aw.
it's so gross.
I like I said, I was handling it until he talked about it calcifying, and then I was just like, okay, I'm out. out.
And we are done now.
What other stories do we have, DJ Lunchbox? Let's please.
Oh, Kaylee Peach was worried she would be too shy to go out and get her dream job as a tattoo artist. So she went to extreme lengths to make sure she didn't have much of a choice.
I wanna do
That is totally...
I've been watching you.
That is totally the wrong song.
Beautiful.
I like that song.
I love when I do that. Kaylee, who lives in Birmingham, got the unusual design on her first day as a tattoo apprentice when she was 24. She got a tattoo of the word cursed on her face, which she said she believed would mean she would struggle to find a quote-unquote normal job.
Wait, what?
She said, I had my face tattooed so I couldn't get a normal job, mainly as a reminder to persevere in what I wanted to do, which was to be a tattoo artist.
My
I
good
mean-
God. She tattooed her face so that she wouldn't have a
Like-
choice
With the word
to become
cursed.
Oh my good God.
Oh my goodness.
Tattoos are generally a lot more acceptable now than they used to be, she said, but
Oh my
throat and
good
face tattoos
God.
are still seen as more extreme and workplaces are mostly against them. She later had a huge tattoo which covers her chest, and her family weren't impressed.
Good.
Now,
God.
I have to say, let's just hope that she's actually a good tattoo artist now that
Hopefully.
she's irrevocably committed to this path in life.
Also, like, there's some really incredible tattoo artists out there that do some incredible work.
Absolutely.
But there are also, like, some real trash ones. And shouldn't they have, like, a portfolio, like, year review where, like, you are just awful. Like, you need to
Right?
stop and do something else. This is how you've affected people's lives in the year. Like, they asked for the Earth, and you gave them a black circle and said, like, oh, it's it at nighttime. Like,
It's an eclipse.
it's an eclipse. Like, you can't... We need your portfolio to see if you're just, like, straight up trash.
Well, I think most of these tattoo places are usually the artists or the owners.
Really?
So I'm under the impression that most of these places will go out go out of business if their art sucks. Because
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's fair.
As far as I'm aware, as the way it works is they have the owner who's also one of the tattoo artists, and
Yeah.
then they have apprentices.
Yeah.
Or
And-
like other tattoo artists that also work there, not necessarily always apprentices.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know how it works, but does it work kind of like a barber shop with barbers where, like, technically you just rent out like a studio or a section of that like tattoo parlor, and they allow you to like work there and use their materials? And,
I think
like,
it
you
depends
just
on the
get to
place, but
yeah,
do
it
your
depends
work.
on the place.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
there's a lot of piercing / tattoo parlors, so
okay.
they'll just kind of figure
Yeah.
out who wants
I
what
see.
and where,
I see.
and how big do they want it.
Yeah.
You know, and
Fair.
yeah, and on which butt cheek. So, I guess we'll do this next one here before we get some news going. I think we're going to do the news.
From my understanding.
Yeah, we should have them come in here in a minute. So here's the actual song that was supposed to go with the actual story. A man is facing years in jail for wearing a gorilla outfit to peep through people's windows, according to reports.
I wanna do everything you do. So I've been watching.
See, the context is important. When you actually have the right story and the right clip, then it makes sense. You okay, other B Millie? Your face looks
I'm
like
gonna
you're
I'm gonna let you finish the whole story before I ask my question.
Yeah.
Okay. Mel Estes, a spokesman for the police in Sulphur City, Louisiana, said the force received reports of a person roaming streets and wandering into gardens in an all-black gorilla costume last week. Jeremy Moran.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on, God. Don't throw us a fastball so we can hit a
Wow.
home run like that.
We've got
Come on.
What we have here is a Moran in a gorilla suit.
There you go.
He's facing charges of resisting a police officer with force or violence, unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling, possession of meth, of course,
Of course.
possession of drug paraphernalia, flight from an officer, and wearing a mask or a hood in public places. Now, that's the interesting part to me, other than the fact that he was peeping in people's houses wearing a gorilla mask. In Louisiana, anyone guilty of just wearing a mask in public faces up to 3 years in prison, except on
What?
certain holidays like Halloween or Mardi Gras.
That's really strange, but okay.
My question, now that we've gotten through enough, my question is, you said he was wearing a gorilla mask, anything below it, just the gorilla mask, or like a full gorilla suit?
You ask a good question, B. Millie, and frankly, it just simply
Because
wasn't addressed in this story.
So it just says gorilla mask.
My question is, why do you think that a gorilla is your most inconspicuous animal to be disguised as in the middle of, where was this? Louisiana?
Louisiana.
Also, okay, what time of day was it when he was doing this?
Not a clue.
Because if it was at nighttime, then okay, slightly understandable because he'd blend in a lot more.
Well, okay, I should mention too that this was like one of those sort of cartoon gorilla things, so it had like the huge white chiclet teeth on it. So it was, even if this had been night, I'm assuming you'd see the big freaking white teeth pressed up against the window while he was.
See, I was picturing the gorilla suit, and there's one SpongeBob episode where I think Patrick gets a gorilla suit or something, and then there's a guy in a gorilla suit, and that's what I was picturing exactly.
Okay.
Which is wild that was what first came to mind, but
okay, I'll take that. That's fine.
Yeah, but this also feels like something that would happen in Drake and Josh or something, just a guy in a gorilla mask.
100% would happen in Drake and Josh. 100% would happen in Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the episode.
I think I've seen it happen in Drake and Josh, but I could be wrong.
We are going to take a news break. This has been Get This on Griffin Radio. We will be back here in just a few minutes, guys.
From around the world, across the U.S., and right here in San Diego, bringing you news, sports, and weather. Griffin Radio, your CNN News affiliate.
Good afternoon, this is Daniela Mendez.
And I'm Nicole Lopez.
From Griffin Radio, and this is today's news. An Arizona medical worker is in the police custody on sexual assault charge. Javier Perez was a medical transporter at Integrated Pain Consultant in Scottsdale. Police say in June of 2018, he was taking a female sedated patient to a recovery facility. When she woke up, the 38-year-old Perez was allegedly assaulting her. According to authorities, the 40-year-old woman called 911 once she regained full consciousness.
Sometimes when you're coming out of sedation, obviously you're foggy, so trying to put that together, but she just knew something wasn't right.
Officers said the DNA evidence linked Perez to the crime. He admitted to the sexual assault, claiming it was a one-time thing. While there is no evidence that there was more victims, police still urge people with information to come forward.
Now to a tragedy unfolding in northern Iraq. A ferry has capsized in the Tigris River in Mosul, killing at least 55 people. 12 of the victims are children. Searchers are still scouring the waters. Authorities say the ferry was carrying nearly 150 people to a tourist island during Kurdish New Year celebrations, and it flipped over in high water.
The problems continue to mount for Facebook. The social media giant is admitting that it failed to properly mask the passwords of hundreds of millions of its users. Facebook says the passwords were stored in an internal database that its workers were able to access. The company has not said how long the passwords were stored in such a matter, but noted the issue was discovered back in January during a security review. The company says it will notify Facebook and Instagram users if their passwords were affected. The news was first reported by Curbs on Security.
Wall Street is welcoming Levi Strauss back to the fold Thursday. The blue jean maker is returning to the stock market after a 34-year absence. It will trade on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol Levi. The retailer has placed its initial public offering at $17 per share. That values the company at $6.6 million. The IPO is expected to raise more than $600 million for Levi Strauss, which is seeking to expand its brand. Levi Strauss first went public in 1971, but was privatized in 1985.
There was a sight over the night sky in Georgia Wednesday night. A full warm supermoon, and it's the third and final supermoon of the year. NASA says a supermoon happens when a full moon orbits its closest to the Earth. That makes the moon look much bigger and brighter than normal. It gets the worm moon name from the Native American traditions marking the time earthworms emerge from the ground as the temperatures get warmer, appropriate since the moon happened at the start of spring.
You still have a chance to win over $500 million. Nobody won Wednesday night's Powerball drawing. That means the jackpot is now up to $625 million. That's the seventh largest in U.S. lottery history. Wednesday's winnings numbers were 10, 14, 50, 53, 63, and Mega Ball 21. The next drawing will be on Saturday, March 23rd.
The Labrador Retriever continues to be the top dog in the U.S. The American Kennel Club Registry just released the most popular dog breed in 2018, and the beloved Lab is number 1 for the 28th year in a row. So what makes the Labrador Retriever so sought after? Longtime breeders say it is their versatility, stable temperament, friendliness, tranquility, and athleticism, to name a few. As for the popular dog breeds after the Lab, those are the German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, French Bulldog, and the Bulldog.
And now for today's weather. Today it's going to be cloudy with highs in the high 50s, and tonight it will be mostly cloudy with lows in the high 40s. This has been Nicole Lopez.
And Daniela Mendez.
And you're listening to Griffin Radio.
This has been Griffin Radio, your CNN News affiliate.
Welcome back to Get This on Griffin Radio. We are GR. I'm your host, DJ Lunchbox with
DJ Supremus.
And DJ B. Miller, that's me.
DJ B. Mille. Thanks for coming in, Supremus. I hope you're feeling a little bit better.
Yeah.
Dragging your sorry carcass down here just for us. Well,
oh, you know it.
30 me, 70 B. Millie. I suffer no delusions there.
I'll take that.
Check us out on our Facebook page at Griffin Radio 119. Our Instagram account is Griffin Radio SD. And, of course, you can always hear us on the TuneIn app under the Griffin Radio channel. And if you're feeling kind of verbose, don't forget to shoot me an email at lunchboxthedj@gmail.com.
Is that inbox still empty?
It is full of not.
That was a good one. That was a good. I like that. Full of not.
N-A-U-G-H-T. It is not. There is not within.
There is not.
There's nothing. So, I don't know if I'm just being trolled now, or just frankly if everybody is so satisfied at all of these absolutely amazing stories we bring them that they have no questions.
I mean, we do ask a lot of questions over here on this side of the table.
I also feel like the funniest thing in the world would be like if he said it was Lunchbox the DJ and he accidentally like made the email Lunchbox like the DY, like accidentally hit a key somewhere wrong, and this Lunchbox the DJ actual email is getting hundreds of emails of like, your stories are ridiculous, you're ridiculous.
Don't say
like,
that would be really funny.
Now you're really making me kind of look back at
Did I make it incorrectly?
Wait a minute. Either did I make it incorrectly, or have I been literally saying it wrong this entire time?
Lunchbox the DJ.
Because I said my own email
DJ
address
Lunchbox,
wrong a few times.
When it's actually DJ Lunchbox.
I tried DJ Lunchbox, but that has surprisingly already been taken.
Oh, really? So this whole time you have not been the true DJ Lunchbox?
Wow. I am at lunchboxthedj@gmail.com. I'm assuming it's some poor kid out there named Darnell Johnson Lunchbox.
Darnell Johnson
the third.
Lunchbox the third. It's quite a name.
Amazing.
What do we got?
A huge pulsating leech has been removed from the man's throat after he complained for more than 2 months about his itchy cough.
Oh my gosh.
It's those moments when you plant your face on the desk like that I live for.
This show is literally the best.
I love it.
A patient in China, again, another weird medical Chinese story. I don't get it.
What is going on with the Korean countries?
I don't know. A patient had been trying to cure his itchy throat and bloody cough for 2 months, but was repeatedly misdiagnosed. The mystery behind the 60-year-old's painful and chronic cough was finally solved when he sought out specialists at the Xingwen County Hospital of Traditional Chinese Medicine in Yibin, China. Oh, that's good, traditional Chinese medicine. So they probably just throw some powdered rhino horn at it.
Yes.
Also, said Korean countries meant Asian countries.
I understood what you meant.
Still.
Thank you for the clarification.
Got you.
Doctors performed an endoscopy on Mr. Lee and immediately discovered the fat leech living on the walls of his windpipe. The slippery animal proved difficult to retrieve, so he enlisted the help of his colleagues who managed to calm the leech using an aerosol sedative. The doctor was then able to pull the leech out using a pair of forceps. Mr. Lee, who is from the rural township of Daba, is believed to have ingested leech eggs through drinking uncooked water. The larva hatched in his throat and fed on his blood for 2 months, increasing in size until it grew up to 10 centimeters.
Wow. Yeah.
Ew.
I have so much ew right now.
It just gets to a sad point sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just sad now. I'm sad for this man.
B. Millie, why don't you turn your microphone a little bit toward yourself? There we go.
Hello.
Okay, there we go.
Hello.
Thank
Hey,
you.
there I am.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
I want to make sure we can hear you and your
Yeah.
beautiful voice.
You exist.
But yeah, I'm just sad. I'm sad now. I'm sad for this man. I'm sad for this situation.
It is kind of sad to me that one of the biggest emerging nations like China still has places where people have to boil their water.
Yeah.
Unreal.
There's this weird schism between the ultra-modern metropoli, whatever, that in which people live, and then it's just immediately down to these sort of hand-to-mouth farm communities.
Yeah.
It's very,
just
very
like
strange.
You saying like drinking uncooked water was just such a like shock, I guess.
Yeah.
Coming from that area.
Now, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just clarify. I always do this. I sort of hedge and I start to rationalize and equivocate.
Of course.
I don't know where this man lives. It says the province of blah blah blah. He could be living in some sort of nice area, and he just simply happened to walk by a puddle somewhere and got down and got his face in it.
You know, that's fair.
So I don't want to portray him
know.
as being some kind of dirt farmer living in the hinterlands of China. But that's what it reads like.
That's what it reads
if you're not boiling your water.
Yeah.
So that was all kinds of ooky and nasty. I didn't like
nasty.
A 90-year-old granddad has somehow managed to drink half a can of paint with no adverse side effects whatsoever.
Yogurt. Creamy, dreamy yogurt. I like to eat my yogurt.
Let me just say that whatever I was expecting to come from the song, it was not that.
Well, the man mistook a can of mint green paint for his favorite food item, which is yogurt, and he drank half the can. He seems to be unfazed by it. Alex Stein from New York posted about her granddad, the man who drank the yogurt, named Bobby, who just absolutely loves yogurt. After she discovered the half-empty can of paint, and her grandfather, with a green mouth, posted a photo online with the caption, "So my grandpa ate half a quart of paint today and thinking it was yogurt." So my thing is, what kind of house is this where this woman's first instinct is to take a picture instead of calling poison control?
Yeah.
True.
He went to Instagram. This 90-year-old man posted on Instagram saying, "Apparently I ate more paint this morning. Bleep honestly tastes better than yogurt, so #no #regrets."
What?
Oh my god.
Tastes better than... Okay.
I'm like 90% sure that his daughter probably wrote that, because that doesn't sound like a 90-year-old man at all.
Probably, but...
He says poison control laughed at him, but they said that he'll be fine. And I also don't quite believe that.
Yeah.
But
that's not something poison control would do.
You're
You're fine.
Hopefully.
I mean, it depends on the kind of paint it was.
That's a good point.
That's very true.
Yeah, because there are some paints that like you would genuinely be fine. Your stomach would probably just be like, "Excuse me."
Hello.
This is gonna be like an acid trip the next time you hit the can, but okay. This was. Yeah, we have time for this one.
Oh, is this what we're ending on?
Oh yeah.
Oh yay.
A clueless mother accidentally sets up an X-rated relaxation station for her teenage son.
What?
So it was meant to be a thoughtful gesture by a mother for her teenager. She had set up a quote. She set up what she called a relaxation station for her son.
Okay.
So it came when she. So the son came to her and said he apparently needed a lot of tissues for his runny nose.
Boy.
For his runny nose.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
So in a post on Facebook, she showed off her handiwork in a photo saying, "I love this hack. I just bought a Kmart soap dispenser and a bathroom tray." And so she basically set up this She set up this really pretty little kind of station.
Get the actual hell out.
That was supposed to be there to help her son because with his runny nose.
Get the actual hell out. That's unreal.
He likes to watch internet TV in bed and has a chronic runny nose, she said.
And a chronic runny nose.
Internet TV.
I think it's the air conditioner, she says. He has problems with dry skin and goes through heaps of hand cream. The more I read this, the less I believe it.
Can I read some of it before you continue?
Yeah, well, there's only one more thing, so it didn't take long for the
ahead.
flood of comments to appear pointing out the perhaps obvious. The more I read the story, the less I believe it. It's the bottom, the last.
Bottom one?
Yeah.
I just want to know how she was that clueless. Like,
Okay, the only way I can believe...
relaxation station.
The only way I will accept that she was that clueless is if she was from a relatively rural / suburban area and this was her first child.
I don't know.
I love this hack.
I love this hack. Oh.
She thought she was so clever with her handiwork. Like, oh my god, this is going to go on.
Being so helpful.
Oh my god, I'm going to put it on Etsy and everybody's going to copy me. Oh my gosh.
She thought she was being so
man,
helpful.
That's so amazing.
With
goodness.
Yeah.
He likes to watch internet TV. I mean, that alone might show you that she's a little bit older than most moms.
You know what?
Dear Hades,
internet TV.
When I read these out loud, which I don't do at home, suddenly a lot of it sort of slips into focus for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I buy this one. It was really funny. It kind of made my mouth just sort of drop open, but I don't know about this one now.
But like,
I don't know.
that's
Some
so
people are really
hilarious.
stupid.
You would not believe. You really.
Yeah. No.
Jeez.
Honestly, I believe it just because I've encountered some really stupid people.
Yeah.
That's not where I thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to say, because my mom set me up one when I was a kid.
My mom set me up a relaxation station, and I thought it was great. I relaxed with my runny nose and everything.
Oh, God. And the sad part is I wish the story mentioned that she never, looking back on this, had noticed that he was ever going, never actually.
I mean, he could have been faking it.
Also, from the kid's point of view, wouldn't you be kind of disturbed? Like, how do you?
A little bit,
yeah. Like, my mom set me up a relaxation station. Like, my mom's encouraging me to do this right now. That's kind of odd.
He either was kind of freaked out by that, or he thought he was the luckiest kid in the world,
or like thought he was a genius because he asked for all this stuff, and like the mom thought it was her idea. So
yeah, my nose is running and I have dry hands. On a completely unrelated note, can you pick up some tissue and some hand soap?
On a completely unrelated note.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We got time for one last one. This is a short story here.
Let's do it.
Man walked into a Pennsylvania dollar store and handed the cashier a note demanding exactly $40, no more, no less. The suspect walked into a family dollar store and casually strolled to the cashier's counter and joined the queue of customers. While there was a customer behind the suspect, he leaned over and confidently handed a note to the cashier demanding $40. The cashier obliged to the robber's request and hands the money in its exact amount to the suspect. He then managed to escape and was last seen walking away. I think he just thought it was a huge ATM.
Exactly $40.
Exactly $40.
Don't give me all the money in the safe. I don't have the time or patience to deal with counting cash. Just give me $40. That sounds like a good robbery to me.
Oh my goodness. That is.
I swear.
Aren't people just the best? I just love people that like are just straight up dumber than I am.
Same.
I love people that are just dumber than I am.
Well,
Every
I don't
once
know.
in a while.
It almost seems so harmless. $40? I mean, it's not that much.
What are you actually going to get with $40?
I mean, I don't know. You could get a lot with $40.
At that point, if you're in a successful business, like, would you even like report that to the cops, or you just be like, this guy's so weird, like I might as well just give him the 40 because like this is a hilarious instance in my life that I'm just going to tell everybody about.
I almost don't even take offense at it.
Yeah, it's just like $40, man. Like that's somebody coming up and like robbing like a 17-year-old at like a gas station. It's like, this is just sad now.
Right.
It's just sad. What are you expecting to get from this child? What are you expecting to get from this child?
It just reminds me of like how whenever I think about like the possibility of getting robbed, I'm
Yeah.
like, the joke would be entirely on them if
I
they
don't have
tried
money.
to, because I don't have any money.
I don't carry any cash either. I think I've got $5 in my wallet right now, which is
I don't have
really
cash.
unusual. I don't usually ever, but I was buying Girl Scout cookies, and I still
you're,
have the
no,
cash.
you're
left
valid. But
Or
even
even
if they took my like debit card, though, it's like, okay, have fun with like $2, my dude.
And
Yeah.
even if you spend that $2, I can deactivate my card online now in like
Yeah.
a hot minute and a half.
Yep.
So it's like, I think petty theft is just like a passing fad. like,
Yeah.
like it's almost like not even possible. What are you getting? My driver's license?
Well, they're
Yeah,
just
no,
they're
the
just going to
most-
simply start like pickpocketing you for
Yeah.
your jewels. I was going to say your valuables, your watch, your
Yeah.
your
Okay,
Apple
but
Watch, whatever.
they'd have to be real sneaky to get like those things that I always have my hands on. Like, they'd have to be real sneaky.
Plus, like,
Yeah.
plus, I'm pretty sure like Apple has like insurance policies for theft and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, as long as I report it, I'm just gonna get it back in like a week.
Right.
All you're doing is mildly inconveniencing me.
Exactly. I was going to say
Like,
the
that's what
most
you're
you would
doing.
inconvenience me is probably taking my ID.
Yeah, you're like mildly inconveniencing me. Oh, darn! Now I have to go to the DMV tomorrow morning.
Right.
That's what you
And then
did
I
to
have
me.
to wait
I don't know,
like
that's
a week.
That's a pretty damn big
That
inconvenience.
is very true. That is
That's
very
why
true.
I said that is the most inconveniencing
yeah,
of any of
exactly.
it, is that you would have my ID.
I also think, before we go, to talk about the DMV very briefly for a second, I don't think it's that bad if you are willing to go early enough.
Yeah.
Because I've gone
no.
at like 7 a.m. and I've been there for all of like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Because like if you're
also-
first, second, or third in line, you just get called right up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it sucks to wake up that early in the morning on like a weekday that you have off, but if you go there early enough, you're there for like a hot 6 minutes max.
Yeah, it's like if you go early enough or if you make an appointment, either way, like you're Gucci.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know
You
how
kids
that
say
devolved
whatever you
into
want.
that, but
Today's DMV trip tips brought to you by Supremus and B. Millie.
Yes, yes. Follow those tips.
follow them.
Thank you so much for listening to Get This on Griffin Radio. We are GR. I'm your host, DJ Lunchbox with.
DJ Supremus.
And DJ B. Millie, that's me.
We will not be here on Tuesday. Don't forget, we're off next week for spring break.
Big
We will be
sad.
back the following
Yes.
week. So look for us there. Music will continue to play. Enjoy all your good stuff here. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook at Griffin Radio 119. Our Instagram account is Griffin Radio SD. And of course, you can always hear us on the TuneIn app under the Griffin Radio channel. Shoot me an email on break because I will be lonely being away from the studio from you guys
Aw.
at lunchboxthedj@gmail.com.
This is The Need to Know by Wale featuring SZA.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
Where's you cold? 'Cause the feelings you ain't showing poking at your clothes.